Hello, good morning to all of my dear friends, listeners, video viewers, and the followers. I Adarsh Sharma welcome you to my this channel once more. As you know that I have started a series over short stories to improve our English to the advanced level. That's why I have again brought a new one to you. I hope you will be watching, sharing, and subscribing the channel. I appreciate your efforts and your eagerness to learn your English, to improve your English to the advanced level. So basically, I have already started this session to improve our English. So keep watching and keep indulging with us and keep watching the video, sharing the video, like the video, and comment so that I can also get motivated and upload more videos and keep our journey on. So this journey will change your career as well as your friends or colleagues to whom you will share. So sharing is caring. As much as you will share, it means you are caring someone. If you're new to this channel, please do subscribe and like and comment. Your comments and likes and sharing will also encourage me to upload more videos and make more videos and to give my best to this journey. Okay, so keep watching. Today I have brought a beautiful short story from 12th standard book short story An Astrologer's Day. So I will read this whole story in one go while explaining the difficult words so that you can understand this whole chapter in detail or in meaningful way. Okay, so you will be able to use those difficult words in your own sentences as well. So come, let us get started from here. Here we go. An Astrologer's Day. I hope you will know who is astrologer. Astrologer is a person or is a very well versed person who knows about your future and your past and your present. So he forecasts your present, past, and future. This type of ability only an astrologer can have. So an astrologer in Hindi we can say Jyotishi. An astrologer's day. Jyotishi ka din. So this story starts from here. Here we go. Punctually at midday, he opened his bag and spread out his professional equipment, which consisted of a dozen cowrie shells, a square piece of cloth with obscure mystic charts on it. Obscure means very difficult to understand. The chart on the cloth was very difficult to understand by the people. So obscure means very difficult, very vague, very obstruse, very abstract, you can say. A notebook and a bundle of Pamira writing. Pamira is a type of tree. Pamira writing. His forehead was resplendent with sacred ash and vermilion. उसका जो forehead था वो resplendent मतलब चमकता था. किसकी तरह? Sacred ash. Sacred ash मतलब हिंदी में कहते हैं राख, जो ज्योतिषी लोग लगाए होते हैं अपने चेहरे पर, अपने शरीर में भी लगाए होते हैं और अपने फोरहेड पर लगाए होते हैं. तो सेक्रेड एश एंड बर्मिलियन इज अ टाइप ऑफ कलर. यू कैन से सेक्रेड कलर. इन हिंदी वी कैन से सिंदूर, और अ टाइप ऑफ कलर विच मेक्स his forehead very resplendent. So vermilion. And his eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam, which was really an outcome of a continual searching look for customers, but which his simple clients took to be a prophetic light and felt comforted. The power of his eyes was considerably enhanced by their position. Enhanced means very increased by their position, placed in as they were between the painted forehead and the dark whiskers which streamed down his cheeks. Streamed down means लटकी हुई थी, cheek गालों की तरफ, और विस्कर्स मीन्स जैसे कि आप लाइन शेर को देखते होंगे, शेर की जो मूछें होती हैं उस तरह की मूछें, बिल्कुल विस्कर्स, मोटी मूछें। विस्कर्स विद विच streamed down his cheeks. When a half-wit's eyes would sparkle in such a setting, to crown the effect, he would a saffron-colored turban around his head. The color scheme was never failed. Saffron means saffron, a type of color, orange, yellow color, or turban means pagdi. People were attracted to him as bees as attracted to cosmos or dahlia stalks. डहलिया की स्टाक्स जिस तरह होती हैं उस पर जिस तरह मधुमक्खियाँ अट्रैक्ट हो जाती हैं, उस तरह लोग उसकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो रहे थे। स्टाक्स मीन्स टहनियाँ, छोटी छोटी टहनियों को बोलते हैं स्टाक्स। He sat under the box of a spreading tamarind tree, which flagged in a path running through the town hall park. Tamarind means होता है, tamarind means a tree, a type of tree, or type of tree. Bogs means होता है बड़ी बड़ी मोटी शाखाएं। Box of a spreading tamarind, इमली का ट्री, इमली का पेड़, which flagged in a path running through the town hall park. It was a remarkable place in many ways. A surging crowd was always moving up and down this narrow road morning till night. A variety of trades and occupations was represented all along its way. Medicine sellers of stolen hardware and junk, magicians, and above all, an auctioneer of cheap cloth, who created enough din all day to attract the whole town. Next to him, in vociferousness means noise or turmoil, अफरा तफरी, बहुत आवाज़, noise. Next to him, in vociferousness, came a vendor of fried groundnuts. Fried groundnuts means मूंगफली, peanuts. Who gave his wear of fancy name was each day, calling it Bombay ice cream one day, and on the next day Delhi almond, and on the third Raja's delicacy, and so forth. And people flocked to him. A considerable portion of crowd delayed before the astrologers too. The astrologer transacted his business by the light of a flare which crackled and smoked up above the groundnuts heap nearby. Half the enchantment of the place was due to the fact that it did not have the benefit of municipal lighting. The place was lit up by shop lights. One or two had hissing gas lights. Hissing means सांप की तरह जो आवाज़ निकलती है उसे हिसिंग गैस लाइट, गैस जब जलती है तो उसमें हिसिंग साउंड निकलती है, हिसिंग गैस लाइट्स. Some had naked flares stuck on poles. Some were lit up their old cycle lamps, and one or two, like the astrologers, managed without lights of their own. It was a bewildering crisscross of light rays and moving shadows. Bewildering means very confusing. Crisscross आड़ी तिरछी of light rays, लाइट की जो रेज थी वो आड़ी तिरछी थी, एंड मूविंग शेडोज, उधर से शेडो परछाइयाँ पड़ रही थी. This suited the astrologers very well, for the simple reason that he had not in the least intended to be astrologers when he began life, and he knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to him next minute. He was much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. Yet he said things which pleaded and astonished everyone. Pleased means very खुश कर देना, and astonished means attract कर देना, very मंत्रमुग्ध कर देना, astonished everyone. That was more a matter of study, practice, shrewd guesswork. Shrewd means cunning, chalaki. Shrewd guesswork. Guesswork means forecast. All the same, it was as much as an honest man's labor as any other, and he deserved the wages and carried home at the end of the day. He had left his village without any previous thought or plan. If he had continued there, he would have carried on the work of his forefathers. Forefathers means उसके पूर्वज, namely tilling the land, living, marrying, and ripening in his cornfield and ancestral home. Ancestral means उसके पूर्वजों के home. But that was not to be. He had to leave home without telling anyone, and he could not rest till he left it behind a couple of 100 miles. To a villager, it is a great deal, as if an ocean flowed between. He had a working analysis and mankind's troubles, marriage, money, and the tangles of human ties. Long practice has sharpened his perception. Within 5 minutes, he understood what was wrong. He charged three pies per question, and never opened his mouth till the other had spoken for at least 10 minutes, which provided him enough stuff for a dozen answers and advices, which he told the persons before him, gazing at his palm. In many ways, your answer not getting the fullest results of your efforts. 9 out of 10 were disposed to agree with him, or he questioned, "Is there any woman in your family, maybe even a distant relative, who is not well disposed towards you?" Or he gave an analysis of character. "Most of your troubles are due to your nature. How can you be otherwise with Saturn where he is? You have an impetuous nature and a rough exterior." This endeared him to their hearts immediately. For even the mildest of us loves to think that he was a forbidding exterior. The nuts vendor blew out his flare and rose to go home. This was a signal for the astrologer to bundle up too, since it left him in darkness except for a little shaft of green light. Shaft means एक चमक, shaft of green light. विच स्टेट, शेफ्ट का मतलब होता है जैसे कि आप टार्च लगाते हैं ना, तो टार्च में वो गोल गोल सा बना होता है ना, उसे शेफ्ट बोलते हैं. मतलब उसकी लाइट एक ही जगह पे पड़ती है, वो शेफ्ट. ग्रीन शेफ्ट लाइट, शेफ्ट ग्रीन लाइट विच स्टेड इन फ्रॉम समवेयर एंड टच द ग्राउंड बिफोर हिम. He picked up his cowrie shells and paraphernalia. Paraphernalia means the equipments. अगड़म बगड़म जो भी उसके पास था. Paraphernalia, and was putting them back into his bag, When the green shaft of light was blotted out, he looked up and saw a man standing before him. He sensed a possible client and said, "You look so careworn. It will go you to it will do you it will do you good to sit down for a while and chat with me. It will do good. It will do you good to sit down for a while and chat with me." The other grumbled some vague reply. The astrologer pressed his invitation, whereupon the other thrust his palm under his nose, saying, "You call yourself an astrologer?" The astrologer felt challenged and said, tilting the other's palm towards the green shaft of light, "Yours is a nature. Oh, stop that." The other said, "Tell me something worthwhile. कुछ अच्छा बताइए मुझे." Our friend felt picked. हमारा फ्रेंड जो है बहुत ही पिक्ड दिखता है. पिक्ड पिक्ड मीन्स क्या होता है? पिक्ड PIQUED. पिक्ड मीन्स होता है अराउज्ड इन एंगर एंड रिजेंटमेंट, ऑफेंडेड. बहुत ही ऑफेंडेड किया गया है. मेरे फ्रेंड फेल्ट ऑफेंडेड, पिक्ड. I charge only 3 paise per question, and what you get ought to be good enough for your money. At this, the other withdrew his arm, took out an anna, and flung it out to him, saying, "I have some question to ask. If you prove you are bluffing, if I prove you are bluffing, मतलब बेवकूफ़ बना रहे हो सबको, यू मस्ट रिटर्न द आना टू मी विद इंटरेस्ट. इफ़ यू फाइंड योर क्वेश्चन इफ यू फाइंड माई आंसर्स सेटिस्फैक्ट्री, यू विल गिव मी 5 rupees. नो. और विल यू गिव मी 8 annas? All right, provided you give me twice as much as if you are wrong," said the stranger. This pact was accepted after a little further argument. The astrologer set upon a prayer to heaven as the other lit a cheroot. Cheroot means होता है cheroot, चिलम. चिलम को कहते हैं cheroot. दूसरे ने चिलम जलाई, तब तक वो अपना ध्यान लगाने लगे ऊपर की ओर. एस्ट्रोलॉजर ऊपर की ओर ध्यान लगाने लगा. द एस्ट्रोलॉजर caught a glimpse of his face by the matchlight. There was a pause as cars hooted on the road. Jotka drivers sore at their horses, and the babble of the crowd agitated the semi-darkness of the park. The other sat down, sucking his cheroot, puffing out, sat there breathlessly. The astrologer felt very uncomfortable. "Here, take your honor back. I am not used to such challenges. It is late for me today." He made preparations to bundle up. The other held his wrist and said, "You can't get out of it now. You dragged me in while I was passing." The astrologer shivered. Shivered means kapkapa gaya in his grip, and his voice shook and became faint. Leave me today. I will speak to you tomorrow." The other thrust his palm in his face and said, "Challenge is a challenge. Go on." The astrologer proceeded with his throat drying up. There is a woman." "Stop," said the other. "I don't want all that." "Shall I succeed in my present search or not?" answered this and go, otherwise I will not let you go till you disgorge. Disgorge means give up. जब तक आप गिव अप नहीं, डिस्कॉर्ज नहीं करेंगे, तब तक हम जाने नहीं देंगे। या तो ये आंसर दो, या तो हमारे ये जो बहस हमने जो रखी है, कंडीशन रखी है, इससे हार जाओ, हमें अपने इंटरेस्ट के साथ पैसा दे वापस कर दो। ऑल योर डिस्कॉर्ज ऑल योर कॉइन्स। द एस्ट्रोलॉजर मटर्ड अ फ्यू इनकंटेंशंस मीन्स ऐसी बातें करना जिससे कि लोगों के ऊपर जादू हो जाए। इनकंटेशंस मतलब स्पेलिंग कास्ट ऑन समवन, स्पेलिंग अ कास्ट ऑन समवन। एंड रिप्लाइड, ऑल राइट, आई विल स्पीक, बट विल यू गिव मी अ रूपी इफ what I say in convincing is convincing, otherwise I will not open my mouth, and you may do what you like. After a good deal of haggling, the other agreed. The astrologer said, you were left for dead, am I right? Ha, tell me more. A knife has passed through you once, said the astrologer. Good fellow. He waved his chest to show the scare. What else? And then you were pushed into a well nearby the field. You were left for dead. I should have been dead if some passerby had not chanced to peep into the well, exclaimed the other, overwhelmed by enthusiasm. When shall I get at him? He asked, clenching his fist. In the next word, answered the astrologer. He died 4 months ago in a far-off town. You will never see any more of him. The other groaned. On hearing it, the astrologer proceeded, Guru Nayak. You know my name? The other said, taken awake. As I know all other things, Guru Nayak, listen carefully to what I have to say. Your village is 2 days' journey due north of this town. Take the next train and be gone. I see once again great danger to your life. If you go from home, he took out a pinch of scared ash and held it out to him. Rub it on your forehead and go home. Never travel southernward again, and you will live to be 100. Why should I leave home again? The other said reflectively. I was only going away now and then to look for him and to choke out his life if I met him. He shook his head gratefully. He has escaped my hands. I hope at least he died as he deserved. Yes, said the astrologer. He was crushed under a lorry. The other looked gratified to hear it. The place was deserted by the time the astrologer picked up his articles and put them into the bag. The green shaft was also gone, leaving the place in darkness and silence. The stranger had gone off into the night after giving the astrologer a handful of coin. It was nearly midnight when the astrologer reached home. His wife was waiting for him at the door and demanded an explanation. He flung the coins at her and said, "Count them." One man gave all that. 12.5 annas, he said, counting. She was overjoyed. She was overjoyed. I can buy some jaggery. Jaggery मतलब होता है मिठाई, जो गन्ने की मिठाई होती है उसे जैगरी कहते हैं. Some jaggery and coconut tomorrow. The child has been asking for sweets for so many days now. I shall prepare some nice stuff for her. The swine was cheated me. The swine has cheated me. He promised me a rupee, said the astrologer. She looked up at him. You look worried. What is wrong? Nothing. After dinner, sitting on the payol. Payol means payol means होता है a low bench. एक लो बेंच पर बैठ गए. Sitting on a payol. That he told her, do you know, a great load is gone from me today. I thought I had the blood of a man of my hands all these years. That was the reason why I ran away from home, settled here, and married you. He is alive. She gasped. You tried to kill? Yes, in our village, when I was a silly youngster. We drank, gambled, and quarreled badly one day. Why think of it now? Why think of it now? Time to sleep, he said, yawning, and he stretched himself on the payol. So this was the end of this story. Jaggery means is unrefined sugar made from palm tree sap. Jaggery. So this was all about this story mean. I hope you have understood it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time.